everybody, it's Mark Blumhardt here, founder and CEO of Boulder & Co. Creative Studio, and we're a small boutique branding agency that does brand strategy, market tactics, and sales support. And today what I want to talk about is cash flow, right? Cash flow. And I'll be honest with you, I think most companies out there deal with cash flow issues, significant cash flow issues. And I'll go so far as to say that most companies will fail because of cash flow. Think about that for a second. So when we're talking about cash flow, I'm telling you, it is absolutely everything. And unless you get a grip on cash flow, there's a good chance your company or your organization will fail. And the statistics are completely in my favor, I shouldn't say that, are against you, okay? Cash flow. That's why when I'm talking about most, I'm talking about 99% of companies will fail because of cash flow. And I wanted to use this episode to just unpack quite quickly some thoughts. This might be a continuation. There might be multiple episodes. Why do you have cash flow issues? And so much of the conversation that's happening out there right now is dealing with this cash flow issue by putting a Band-Aid on it. One of the ways that people are putting a Band-Aid on it and pretending it doesn't exist and getting through it is that they're looking for investors. Now, we've talked about this before. There are different industries and different sectors. Yeah, you're going to have an investor. Let's say a restaurant, for example. If you want to start up a restaurant, you know, it's pretty difficult. I've owned a restaurant in the past, and it's actually pretty difficult to get a restaurant up and running without an investor or some significant initial cash flow, right? It just is. You've got, the food. You might have $50,000 worth of food and alcohol. Then you've got all the hard supplies, on and on and on. Right? There are times that you might need to have an investor. But I've seen so many people out there so obsessed, and this goes back to the schools and the academics. They are so obsessed with people working on their pitch, people working on their script to their investors, their 30-second elevator speech. Forget it. If you've got cash flow issues, there's a good chance that's why. If you took all that time and all that energy and you actually put that to focus on something that actually would help you and your organization, you wouldn't need the investors. If you took all that time, all that effort, and all that energy, and you commit that to a service or product that people actually want to buy, then why would you want an investor? Have that, all those products and the services that are purchased, let that become your investor. And here's the thing. What it does is starts the foundation of your organization. It starts the DNA. So either your DNA starts begging people for more money, or it starts trying to figure out who your market group is and what they need. These are incredibly two different worlds apart. And there's actually no way you can combine them. I follow a lot of you folks on social media, and a lot of these people are out there. They've got these incubators, and they've got it is bullshit. I'm telling you. I know this guy, following me, travels all over the world. He's raised millions of dollars. He's attached to this really big, university, and he's a good pitch man. He must be. He's raised millions of dollars. But the problem is, what's your product? What are you going to tell those investors when they come knocking on the door looking for dividends and returns on their money? If that's not a scary thing, then nothing's scary. That means you fear nothing. And fear is actually a good thing. Okay? So I know that's counterintuitive. But what I'm saying is cash flow. Think about cash flow. And I'm going to have a couple episodes on this. But the cash flow right now, the cash flow should be sustained by your product and your services. And not just some sugar daddy just cutting checks, because you're doomed for failure. Figure out what your market is, figure out who's buying your product and services, and then figure out how to deliver it to them. Let that be an investor. Best of luck, and we'll continue this episode. Yeah, good luck.